Hey guys, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. Time for a new video. The Daily Bugle that I've been waiting a couple months to finally extend out and make a bigger version of. First, thank you to all my Patreon backers and everyone who subtweeted me. Get well wishes. My back is feeling a little better thanks to a lot of drugs. So, all right. Ended up taking 2 sets and did not have to use any extra pieces, but was left over with a few pieces that I can use for other future modulars, which will be really nice. But we're going to start off with a look at every angle. So the sides, relatively boring. Same with the back, basically just extended a lot of it out. I had enough leftover pieces that I probably could have went a little wider. The original version I like a lot. The only problem is I think it's too tall for being skinny width-wise. So being able to take it out to a plate and a half I think makes a lot of difference in the way that it's going to look compared to all the other modulars I have in my city. One of the other big adjustments was the fire escape on the far side. I just took off the top 2 layers of that. I think it looks better only going up to that certain level as opposed to J. Jonah Jameson's office. And then, of course, what I did in preparation of, fingers crossed, hopefully the new Spider-Man movie is a Spider-Verse one with all 3 Peter Parkers. And then also possibly the Sinister Six. For my version, I have the 6 versus 3 different Spider-Man characters. So you see Electro and Scorpion down at the bottom. And then there's the Iron Spider from the most recent Tom Holland versions. Then I used the one of the Andrew Garfield figures with Mysterio in the background, then Green Goblin busting out of the window. If you've watched my videos, you've obviously seen that my city is already Marvel themed, so keeping with that as opposed to keeping the other version of the building where the Goblin isn't breaking through, I think it makes more sense for me to actually have it with the action. So we're going to take it layer by layer. Here's the outside. I didn't enlarge the newsstand. I already have enough newsstands in my city. But inside, obviously just tiled out, made it longer, put an extra row of seating, and then I have that water fountain in the middle to break up that empty space for the lobby. I also made it so that that left wall didn't break out like it does in the original. All right, for those who are not familiar with this set, the front panels of each floor, other than the very bottom one, can be taken out. So we see here that's the panel that can be removed from the second floor. I extended the video screens so that it takes up the whole area. And then on inside, that's essentially what one set would build. So then I just doubled it up, so that the bullpen with all the journalists can now sit 8 different people. So that's the left side with the extended version. Then I obviously threw in a few more minifigs. In the end, I got 15, I believe, that are in here that will be added to the city later today, hopefully, once I have time to actually put the building in its place. And then there's what the extended version looks like with both sides of it. So 8 desks, 5 employees, and a couple break rooms. Wow, that's an extremely blurry vision. Yeah, that's terrible. Anyway, I decided to take this picture with a potato. But there's the Green Goblin breaking out. Like I said, it is very easy to just make it a normal looking Frontier and not have the action sequence. But since my city is all about the action with the Marvel fights going on, I figured this was perfect to keep it with the Goblin crashing out and then Mysterio on the side. And then you remove the panel, and you're left with, so this is the 3rd floor of the building. Coming up the elevator, you would go through one door. I think that's Robbie Robertson. Is that character's name? And then Peter Parker's office is the one at the very back. So I kept with the original with the spider and the spider web in the corner, even though I added another office in between. I figure Robbie can have a bigger office, and then Peter Parker would have the little small one in the back that's being blocked by a couple boxes. Again, I'm keeping with a lot of the original set ideas, just adding my twist onto it. And then obviously making it a lot bigger like I usually do with my modulars. And then the fourth floor. So again, you see the front facade of it. Undisturbed and fine. And then we can remove the front piece. And inside it's J. Jonah Jameson's floor, so his office. And then his secretary, I think it's Betty Brant. Is that it? Or is it Betsy? But she's on the right side with her secretarial desk. So there it is coming out of the elevator. There's a secretary, TV, and photocopier. And then inside to J. Jonah Jameson's office. Obviously a lot bigger than the original set, which I think is one of the things that really helps when you enlarge it. So now he's got 3 file cabinets instead of just the one, a lot of room for his office, and then room for guests if need be. And then at the very top, so obviously I changed it from the Daily Bugle to the Bliley Bugle, keeping with the Blileywood theme. Everything has to have Bliley in it. And then you see there's the Andrew Garfield figure on the right, hanging down, resting on the table right now. And then the Tobey Maguire on there for left, ready to fight Vulture and Doc Ock. And there it is in all its glory. So I'm going to be putting that in the city hopefully soon, and then relatively in the near future I can do a video of the whole city with that one in place. All right, thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you next week.